All right, welcome to AC Flora High School. Oh, wait, did I do something? Yeah, no, I got it. Okay, welcome to AC Flora High School for AC Flora hosting West Florence in the 4A playoffs. They're playing Tom Petty. I got to stop saying it. Oh, okay, he turned it down. Thank you, Ross. Okay. Coaches greeting the officials. I need to make some adjustments to my camera so we can actually see the shadows. Okay, yeah, so this is the 4A state playoffs, South Carolina High School League. What we have, this is an elimination game. The winner will travel to James Island on Wednesday. And then the winner of that would, on either Friday or Saturday. Oh man, I missed the players throwing rosin, I guess, chalk. I don't know, up in the air. Yeah, the winner of the James Island game would then travel to North Myrtle. It'll probably be either a doubleheader on Friday. Could be a Friday, Saturday, or a doubleheader Saturday. I guess they have some flexibility. Problem is if it's, well, it's really far away. Well, it doesn't matter. We got to worry about Wednesday anyways. Well, we got to worry about Monday. All right. Should be a great day for baseball. Weather's really nice. Let's go catch up with the team out in right field. All right, and as usual, the sun's gonna be challenging for the camera as it drops below the trees and buildings in right field. So Alex Ross should be here at some point. We're still 10 minutes before game time, but he'll be here to call the game with me, I believe.
Good evening, everybody. On behalf of head baseball coach Andy Hallett, I want to welcome you to AC Flora High School and Falcon Field. Tonight's 4A lower state playoff game puts our guests, the West Florence Knights, against your AC Flora Falcons. With the players and coaches, please line up on your respective baselines. And would everyone please stand. Gentlemen, please remove your hats as we honor America with our national anthem.
The sun's really bright. It's all right, I'll persevere.
Ladies and gentlemen, Falcon fans, stand up, put your hands together, and welcome your Falcons. At shortstop, number 19, Carew Bate. Third baseman, number 15, Zach Sneed. In left field, number 2, Lance Best. Center fielder, number 5, Cooper Rebels. Behind the plate, number 21, Tyler Hernandez. At second base, number 9, Grant Logan. Designated hitter tonight, number 7, Roper Winsky. On the mound, number 16, Charles Flake. At first base, number 11, Harris Rivers. And in right field, number 18, Charlie Scott.
All right, welcome to the stream, Alex.
Thank you. Sorry. I feel like I was here early, and when of course we're doing the national anthems, I walk up. We should be a good one. We played them early last week.
Yeah, we won that 7-1, was it?
Yeah, 7-1 last week.
Okay.
So interesting to see Charles getting the start today on the mound.
All right.
So winner of this will face James Island again, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
on Wednesday.
So.
All right, so I'm gonna mute, and we will be right back. All right, we're back.
Some runaway papers over there.
All right, the weather's almost perfect, except the sun is blindingly hot. And that is a ball inside to start things off.
Number 11, I think he was actually injured for part of the season from what I kind of saw, and then he turned it on, came back as of late.
Did he play in the last game against us?
Yes, last game he was 1 for 2 with a strikeout and 2 walks.
Okay.
But very different pitcher as Flake's getting the start instead of Davis. So Flake can't find it early, now it's 3-0 too, which is not ideal. Three and 0 the count, coming home. In there, strike one, fastball finding the zone. So yeah, we did beat Florence 7-1 last time we played them. 3-1 finding the edge, strike two. So full count early against the leadoff hitter for the Knights. Pitch comes in, fouled back over the backstop. So full count pitch coming again from Flake. Swinging strike three, and that's how Charles gets his night going. So Evan Frank will be the batter next.
Florence, number 23, Evan Frank.
He was 0 for 3 against us last time, and starting the year off for the Knights, didn't really play as much. And then really I think when Camp got hurt for their leadoff hitter, he kind of came in more and more playing for the Knights has really found a home. He was first in that leadoff spot. Now it's in the 2-hole. It's his first pitch. We grounded over to first, but Harris easily makes that play for the second out of the inning.
Up next, number 4, Brody Cook.
So Brody Cook, he'll get his crack at Charles next, and Cook 4 for 12 in the playoffs so far this year with an RBI. This is a team that scores really with a couple players with a lot of high RBIs, and everyone else kind of just gets on base for him. Charles finding the zone early, strike 1. In his last game against us last Monday, he went 0 for 3 with a strikeout. He fouls back the 0-1. He's behind quickly 0-2 against Charles. So Charles looking to work quick with the 0-2 pitch. Curveball smacked into left field. Going back is going to be Rince, and he's not going to be able to get this down the line for extra bases. Cook's going to go into second. Rince gets that ball in, and a 2-out double for the Knights gets their offense going.
Up next for the Knights, number 18, Peyton Rogers.
So
Yeah,
Peyton Rogers, yep.
That curveball broke a lot, but it hung up in the air, and it was
Yeah, he hung that one over the plate.
started really high and stayed high for the hitter.
Yeah, he hung that one over the plate. I didn't see where Dylan set up, so I didn't see if he missed his spot. But either way, a 2-out base runner for Peyton Rogers. He's been their go-to pitcher all year. I'm curious to see if he'll get the start on the mound for the Knights tonight. But no, he's been their go-to hitter all year, hitting .406 with 16 RBIs. Very dangerous hitter. Just gets on base, highest on-base percentage between both teams on the field playing tonight. As Charles going to run him inside with the fastball. 0-1-0 the count.
Yeah, if I remember, Peyton had a good start to his game against us.
Yeah,
In that last one, right?
I didn't see, but he did go. I know what I do know, he did go up 3 earned runs, but we only went 2 1/3 innings.
Okay.
I didn't get to watch the game, unfortunately. I had to work that night, but
Yeah, I think
He
he
was-
started out all right, and then things fell apart a little bit.
he was run out early, it seems. But fastball going to catch the outside, 1-1 against the righty.
I know they had a couple pitchers go deep in their last 2 wins
Yeah,
during the pace season.
Yeah, they're a very much, we know stepping off Charles, but no, we very much mix our pitchers up. While these Knights, they really have like 4 guys they really go towards. It's Rogers, Matthew Brown, Concetti, and Coleman are really their kind of 4 go-to pitchers who all pitched against us last game. That 1-1's going to be fouled over to our dugout. And now it's 1-2. But you really don't need a base runner here in Rogers, because coming up after him is Harrison Brown, who is their RBI leader, has 25 on the year and 4 in the postseason. Very dangerous hitter. Don't want him coming up with the runners on. 1-2. Not able to catch the outside part.
Yeah, it looks
Even
like
in the count.
Brown went 5 innings in their last win, the win against Richland Northeast. They won 16-4.
Yes, they other than our game, they've actually breezed through these playoffs with 2 run rolls.
Yeah.
So not a team you want to catch at a bad time. 2-2, low and away, filling it up. Well, and the wind's starting to pick up here. It looks like it's going to be kind of heading to the left and in. So we're going to see how that affects any fly ball. So 3-2, 2 outs. Runner does not go, and that ball is outside. Good job by Dylan to keep it in. But it's a 2-out walk for Charles, who is now allowed 2 2-out base runners and bringing up Harrison Brown.
Up next, number 25, Harrison Brown.
So as I said, yeah, Harrison Brown, 25 RBIs in the regular season, 4 in the postseason. He's the man to get everyone home. Someone we really kind of want to limit. His Achilles heel is he strikes out a lot, 16 on the year. First one, though, grounded over to Zach, but foul. But no, he
Nice play by the third base coach.
was a phenomenal play. He barehanded that ball. Unfortunately, it doesn't mean anything for him.
Just strike 1.
It is just strike 1. Luckily for us. But any ball to the outfield probably will score runner for second. That pitch can be grounded over to Crew at short. He's going to snap that in and flick it over to second for the third out. So 2 base runners with 2 outs, but Charles able to get out of the jam with a ground out from Harrison Brown. We'll head to the bottom of the first, scoreless in this one.
Leading off for the Falcons,
so we'll begin the bottom of the first inning with our leadoff man who's been settling into that spot last couple games, Carew Bates. And there's a good crowd out here today because this could be the last home game for the Flora season, depending on kind of what happens with everything. You know, again, it's a win and go home.
Yeah, we'd have to get to the next round.
Yeah, we'd have
to have a home game.
We'd have to get to the lower state championship to
Yeah.
have another game here at Falcon Field. Our next 2 games will be well, we have to win this one, obviously, and then if we win this, we go play James Island. If we win that, we go to North Myrtle Beach. So very long trips away. And Carew, the new Coastal Carolina commit, takes that one in there for a strike.
Not
even
College
Charleston. Excuse me, College of Charleston, yes.
Yeah.
But recently committed last week. 1-1. Curveball going to be going foul down the first base line.
Yeah, both my older sons, one's already down at College of Charleston. The other one will be he's a senior along with Crew. He'll be down there.
So on the mound for the Knights is Ryan Cassetti. We kind of talked about him during the break a little bit. This man lives off his strikeouts, and that ball goes Ryan to right field, but right at Cook, and that's going to get over his head, actually. Aaron Carew's going to get extra bases. He's going to stop, though, at second, puts on the brakes. But a leadoff double for Carew. I'm not sure how they're going to
hit. Yeah, must have carried. It looked like he was like under it, right?
I think he misread it. It looks like, because it looked like he was there, and then the ball just kind of carried on him. So we'll call it a hit to right field, and now that's going to lead off double here for the Falcons early. So not a start Cassetti really wanted, but now he's going to deal with Zach Sneed, a.k.a. the walk leader for the team. So again, Cassetti kind of lives off his strikeouts, 60 strikeouts on the season, as Sneed takes that first pitch right down the middle but low for strike 1, however.
Do you have Sneed's strikeout total?
Strikeout total?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had 13 on the season, and he's had 2 in the playoffs. But last game was a little skewed a little bit, I would say. That pitch can be grounded over to the hole. Nice play by Frank. He's going to slide over and get Sneed out. However, Carew does move over to third. And I'll bring up Rince Best.
Stepping up the plate for the Falcons, number 2, Rince Best.
So Rince in that 3-hole tonight. He's made his home the staple in this lineup, hitting .278 over the season, and he's been 2 for 8 in the playoffs. First pitch curveball, gonna be outside ball 1. And you can see on the stream, a little different than last game. Last game, about everything was called that was caught by the catcher. Now this game, they're gonna tighten up that strike zone a little bit, making the pitchers work for a little more. So 1-0 from Cassetti. Low, ball 2, as Carew is about halfway down that third base line. Would be hard to throw behind him with Rince in the right-handed batter's box. We'll see if they give chase over to Carew as he gets a massive secondary lead. Not exactly the biggest lead off, but his secondary lead will be around halfway down the bag. 2-0, curveball, getting Rince to swing through it. Strike 1. So, 2-1 from Cassetti. Curveball again gets him swinging. Strike 2. Looks like he's going to start living off this curveball. He's thrown that pitch all 4 times against Rince. Now count even at 2-2. On deck is Cooper Revel, so again, another person who's made a staple in this lineup all season. Pitch outside. Rince doesn't give chase. Full count with 1 out. So full count, 1 out, scoreless first frame. Carew Bates on third after a leadoff double. Pitch coming in, curveball, gonna be fouled down that first base line. Rince able to fight it off. And that shows you kind of how much that curveball sweeps. Rince kind of hit that way out in front, but it would have been a strike if he let it go. Kind of just pushed it down the first base line, as that ball's going to be retrieved as they're gonna umpire deems it in territory enough to. As the Knight has to go run down and retrieve the ball, get it out of play. Rince steps back in, and we'll do it again. So 3-2 coming. High fly ball into center. Now, no, it's going to be into shallow center. Play made by Cook. He's going to jump into the second baseman, but that'll be deep enough to score as Carew comes home. Sacrifice fly for Rince Pest. It looked like it was going to center, but Graves looks like he just misread it. Graves in center, so Cook had to come on.
It was the second baseman that caught it, right?
No, right fielder that caught it.
The right fielder caught it.
Yeah, right fielder caught it, yeah. So ball was hit to, looked like shallow right center. All 3, second baseman, center, and right, all converged. And right fielder and second baseman collided, but right fielder caught it. Second out of the inning. What a run for your Falcons. And now that'll clear the bases with 2 outs and allow Cooper Revels to come do some damage here. First pitch, curveball, outside, ball 1. But again, different field, 21 strikeouts last game. It's a lot in a high school game. Only 6.5 innings were played, not the full 7 even.
Is that Rob Harrington versus?
Rob Harrington versus Fry for Bluffton.
Yeah.
Yeah, they pushed us all the way to 7, but we were able to kind of put that go-ahead run on in the 5th.
And that pitcher was what, perfect through 4?
He was perfect through 4 innings, and he ran into trouble in the 5th starting with an error action from Grant. He's not going to be hitting today. So 2-0 here, and that ball's going to be high. No drop to it. And pushing that to 3-0 the count against Cooper. But yeah, no, it was perfect through 4 innings. Rob had a phenomenal outing as well. He went 5. 3-0 pitch to Cooper. Going to be low. Ball 4. 2-out walk for the Falcons. And then I'll bring up Tyler Hernandez, who's going to talk to Cooper real quick about what he saw on the mound.
For the Falcons, number 21, Tyler Hernandez.
Excuse me, Grant is hitting today. He's actually on deck. Roper's going to be designated hitting for Charles on the mound. But no, Grant got that inning started with a error by the shortstop, and it kind of just snowballed from there. We started seeing him a little bit more and more, and got a couple hits, and Roper able to chop that one up the middle and bring home 2, which just were the deciding factor of the game. So first pitch to Tyler, and that curveball sweeping in there, but strike one. It's our first, our second lefty of the lineup. You know, we saw Zach. He poked one over to the right side. We'll see if Tyler could do the same thing, but find a hole this time.
Yeah. Oh, wait, is Grant playing second? Cooper center?
Cooper's in center field today, which I have actually never seen.
He played a lot of center field early in the year.
Okay. Yeah, in our lineup today, got Cooper Revels in center. On first, going to be Harris Rivers, and then Grant Rogers will be playing second. And then most of the lineup else is chalk with Charles on the mound. 1-1 to Tyler. That ball's going to be inside out, hitting to the left field. Peyton Rogers, though, will come in as that ball curves to the left. He'll make that play for out 3, retire the side. But Falcons push one across, have the early 1-0 advantage. We're going to go to the second inning and see if West Florence can respond.
All right, back for the second inning. I want to say hey to George and Pat Hallett up in New York. Coach Hallett's parents. Welcome to the stream.
Glad you're able to watch. Decisive, hopefully, maybe last playoff game here at Falcon, or last game here at Falcon Field. Hopefully not.
At least this round.
At least this round, I'm about to say. We very winnable games coming up the rest of the week, but got to get through West Florence first. And leading it off is Bryson Graves, the center fielder for the Knights, who has really found a home in this lineup late in the year. First pitch from Charles going to be outside, ball 1. But no, Graves has found his home through the lineup. He's been 5 for 7 in the playoffs. Been absolutely swinging a hot bat. That first pitch. And there's another, probably going to be a hit that's going to get down in shallow center for a base knock. And that's how he starts his night off, a single. Second inning's underway with a leadoff base runner here for the Knights.
Up next, number 9, Jack Benson.
So here comes Jack Benson up. Benson, the third baseman for the Knights. He'll get his crack at Charles after looks to be maybe an injury over at first. I think ball may have ridden up on his hands a little bit. Not exactly sure what's looks like. The umpire's checking over at first with Graves. Looks like he's all right, just kind of readjusting the gloves there, but interesting nonetheless. We'll see if that kind of affects him. So, Graves looks to be all right. Runner on first, and Jack Benson steps in. First pitch to him, swinging, strike 1. Flake got him swinging under a fastball. So 0-1, throwing over at first. Graves dives back in safely. Looked like a very great reaction, though. Wasn't expecting it. He
Yeah,
looked
it
very
almost
flat.
looked like he was going to break toward second.
Looked like a Superman dive over there. It's almost like, yeah, very flat-footed. So good pickoff attempt from Charles. Unable to get him, though. And gonna turn his attention to home with an 0-1 count here. Never mind, picking off again. This time Graves expecting it, diving back without a tag. But no, it's gonna be a battle. You know, they were better than the 7-1 win we had last week. They've gone through the playoffs. As Graves running on the pitch, down to second, looks to be in time, and he's tagged out on the steal.
Nice play, nice throw by Tyler.
Nice play, actually, I wouldn't say nice pitch. That was a fastball outside. Great pitch for Tyler to throw behind the plate, and he was able to gun down Graves.
Oh, that's actually another difference too. Is didn't Dylan catch in that game, or was that the one of the other games?
I know both of them played, if that makes sense. I don't know who caught.
I think Dylan caught because Tyler still had that wrist or thumb or whatever.
Yeah, both of them played, I think. But 1-1 here real quick. Fastball high, ball 2. I'm not exactly sure. I can go quickly look back, but I'm pretty sure Tyler started off catching. Don't quote me. 2-1 outside fastball. 3-1 goes to count. No, Tyler did DH, and Dylan did catch, actually.
And Tyler has a bigger arm at this point. I mean, obviously he's older.
Yeah, obviously. As that ball's going to be fouled back and fill up the count. Dylan, Tyler is a staple in the lineup. I'm sure Dylan will be as well as the season goes on. Now, Benson was 0 for 3 last game. They didn't find a lot of success against Davis, but Charles working quickly, and he walks him. Ball 4, fastball high. So, Benson replaces Graves over at first, and they'll bring up the catcher, Jack Wilson. Wilson has been the mainstay behind the dish for the Knights most of the season, but most like his counterparts really couldn't find any success against the Falcons, going 0 for 2 back a week ago. Flake greets him with a fastball on the outside for strike 1, and that's how he gets his first licks at Charles Flake, who is no one's seen in the playoffs. This is Flake's first appearance on the mound. So 0-1 the pitch, hit him inside, and Flake walking a hit by pitch. You're going to see Tyler go and talk to him on the mound.
Now batting number 3, Cooper Coleman.
This will bring up the 9-hole hitter Cooper Coleman, and we'll see a pitch runner over at first. It's number 21, Michael Potson.
Number 21,
or Michael Poston, excuse me. So 2 on, 1 out here for the 9-hole hitter Cooper Coleman. Coleman yet to record a hit in the playoffs, but solid .222 hitter on the year for the Knights. Flake will kick and deal home, and the first pitch is going to be high, ball 1. So righty on righty matchup here for the 9-hole hitter, and we're going to see Dylan again go talk to Charles this time. This time Coach Hallett will join him. Yeah, early trouble here in the second for the Knights. That throw down to second that got Graves, proving to be massive so far.
All right. Is it happy birthday?
Yeah, happy birthday song. Interesting choice.
I don't know whose birthday it is.
I don't either. And no one else sang along, so I'm not exactly sure. So, after Coach Hallett talks to Charles, he'll go back to the dugout, and everyone will reset. Count is 1-0 here, 1 out. And AC Flora has a 1-0 lead here in the top of the second inning. Again, Cooper Coleman, Knight shortstop, set to receive the second pitch. It's going to be in there. That is 1-1 goes the count. So Coleman also 0-2 against Davis. Again, a very different pitcher with Charles and Davis. One's a Wofford commit, and the other is not, unfortunately. But see, right now, Knights have been able to kind of find their stride here early, getting on base. Fastball can't find the zone. 2-1. So a little quick break in the action is both pitcher and batter step out and step off. So we'll get back in and we're set to do the 2-1. Kick and deal home. Hard hit over to second. Grant's got it on to second for one. Over to first. Stretch and no, going to off the bag. Not able to get two. Ball was in time. Harris Rivers pulled off the bag.
Up next, number 11, Camp Keels.
So, umpire saying Harris Rivers pulled off the bag at first. Relief for runners at the corners with 2 outs against the leadoff hitter, Camp Keels. Keels struck out swinging to lead off the first inning for the Knights. Now looking kind of try to right his wrong and plate that tying run, only 90 feet away now at third.
Wow, maybe? Oh, sorry, I was just watching the replay.
I couldn't tell from here, but Keels receives that first pitch, high and away, ball 1.
Yeah. I mean, in defense of the official, it looked like his toe was kind of planted away from the bag, so he was touching the bag, but then when the ball came in, it just kind of rocked just a little bit off. But
yeah, he tried to stretch and all. I guess that maybe took him off a little bit, which unfortunate break as Flakes behind 2-0 against Keels, the lefty. Pitch comes in high, ball 3. And, you know, it's always interesting to see how players react. That should have been an inning-ending double play, and now going to deal with the leadoff batter, who is one of the only 2 hits that we surrendered last time against West Florence. So 3-0. Strike, catching the outside part of the zone to dismay of the away crowd.
again, yeah, clearly a strike, but that was outside.
Clearly a strike, obviously. So 3-1, I think the count is. That one will be ball 4.
That was more like a strike, actually.
That looked more like a strike than the last one did, but he will now walk the bases loaded. We'll bring up Evan Frank. 2 down, bases loaded. Big spot for the Knights' second baseman. So Frank 1 for 8 now in the playoffs so far. Looking to try to kind of right that wrong here as well, but it's a tough task. Big spot for him. First pitch swinging. Going to wait back. Is going to be Carrillo. He's going to long throw to first. Fires and Harris stays in the bag that time. Taking a quick hop, but that'll be the third out and able to get out of its flake. So Knights leave the bases loaded. They trail 1-0 and Falcons come to bat. Bottom of the second. So welcome back. Bottom of the second inning set to get underway here, and the Falcons will bring up 6, 7, and 8. Starting that off will be our second baseman, USC commit Grant Loggins, who is not going to get started on the bump today. We'll be saving him for later in the week, but we may have to see him later in the game depending on how things go. And Cassetti wastes no time leading him with a off-speed strike, look to catch the outside part of the plate for strike one. So Loggins very successful against the Knights last game. 0-1 pitch outside, even the count, ones apiece. But Grant was 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs in the contest a week ago. See if he can continue his hot bat against these Knights. He never faced Cassetti, or no, he did face Cassetti. That ball smacked into center, but doesn't have the legs on to get out, as Graves will get there and make the play for out number 1. So fly out to center to start the inning, and now the DH, Roper Wensky, the hero of Friday's game. He had the 2 runs that came across against Bluffton, proved to be the deciding factor. He chopped a double up the middle that brought home Grant and Harris Rivers. His first pitch, outside, but catching that part of the zone, strike 1. So Roper is one of the 2 batters in our lineup that does not have any experience against this West Florence team, and just takes that curveball over the third baseman's head for a base hit. Shallow left field. Roper takes the hard turn at first, but will go back.
Experience is overrated.
Single. It is. Apparently, as I said no experience. He just bloops a single over. I guess he heard me probably from behind here.
Did Harris bat last time?
So Harris did not bat. He did pitch.
So he has no experience?
No experience either.
Let's go.
I said one of the 2 batters. This is the second right here. This is Harris Rivers. He did get the final 2 innings of the game, though, on the mound, but he did not record in that bat. We'll see if that kind of affects him here, and he steps in to take on Cassetti. First pitch looks to be a fastball outside part of the plate, strike 1. So Cassetti, against us last time he went 1 inning, didn't give up a hit or an earned run. He did strike out 1 and walk 1, but right now he hasn't been able to record a strikeout tonight, which is very uncharacteristic of him. That pitch fouled back, looked to have hit the bat twice, it seems, actually.
2 foul balls.
Yeah, looked on the follow-through, it kind of hit the back as Harris Rivers put all of his power into that pit and that swing. So 0-2 here. So again, Roper on first, 0-2 the count, 1 out in the bottom of the second. AC Flora has the early 1-0 lead. Looking to add on it here in the second. Any insurance will help. So 0-2 for Cassetti. High and outside curveball. Ball 1. That one wasn't even close, and Wilson had to pop up and look Roper back at first. On deck is Charlie Scott. We'll see him get in the box unless there's a double play here. Hopefully not. Harris watches that. 1-2 pitch, stay outside, look to be a slider. Even in the count at 2s. So Harris only has had one recorded at bat. He did walk in the playoffs. Or no, he's not walked. He only has 1 recorded at bat. He walked a batter in the playoffs, excuse me. That pitch can be grounded over, and that's going to get by the third baseman, and the second baseman doesn't have a handle. That'll be look to be an error on the third baseman, and Harris Rivers will go aboard.
My dad would probably count that too hot to handle, but that's definitely an error.
I would.
I would go error.
Wasn't the easiest play, but usually kind of the big thing is that if he gets on. Usually the big thing is if he gets on, if he gets his glove on it, it's a big thing. So interesting.
Is that McCardle?
Yeah, it looks like Charlie's not going to take the at bat. Looks like Lincoln McCardle will do it for him. Interesting switch here from Coach Howlett.
Well, it could be that he's going to bunt.
that would make sense. Obviously, Carew's behind him.
Yeah.
So we could see a bunt. Lincoln does that very successfully, a lot. Very interesting early switch here for Coach Howlett. We'll see if it pays off. But there's a big at-bat for Lincoln, who is not yet to find success in the playoffs, 0 for 6. Hopefully that changes here. He squares late, but he pulls it back. However, Cassetti finds the zone. Strike 1.
Oops. I just called that a ball.
No.
I can fix. I'm good. There, I did it.
But yeah, so Cassetti able to find that zone low and away, it looked like, but caught the outside part of the lefty McCardle's plate. 0-1. This time he bunts and views a beautiful one down the third base line. Cassetti's got to go and fire to first, where he just gets the out. It's Evan Frank covering. So, gone attempt, but that does the job, and it moves both Harris Rivers and Roper Wensky up a bag. So now put 2 in the scoring position for Carew Bates. And Carew, one of the hottest hitters for the Falcons in the playoffs, hitting 5 for 11 here. And they're going to intentionally walk him. And that'll load the bases up and give Zach Sneed the option. Or I wouldn't say the option, the opportunity to strike here.
Now batting for the Falcons, number 15, Zach Sneed.
So Cassetti has the bases loaded in 2 outs. Zach Sneed.
What did Zach do last time?
Zach grounded out to the second baseman on the sliding play. He did move Carew up, however, no room for error this time. Needs a hit, played a couple runners across. He is the walk leader for our team. We'll see if that comes into play here. It's Cassetti outside, curveball, ball 1. Sneed hasn't had the best playoffs so far, only 1 for 7, but could really kind of dilute all of that if he finds the gap here and add some insurance. 1-0, inside, didn't hit.
Maybe a little up.
Maybe a little up.
Yeah.
It looked, I don't have the best angle. I'm not in position in the best spot, but that looked better. Either way, it's 2-0 now.
Yeah.
Zach in control of this at-bat.
Yeah, as a lefty batter, it's kind of nice to face those slow-breaking right-handers.
Yeah, lefty on.
Get to see it really well.
Lefty on righty, and the big thing that that means is with the pitcher, or the opposite side, the batter's box you're on the pitcher, you see the ball better off the hand, especially those curveballs.
And you don't have to worry about bailing out of a ball that's coming right at you.
No.
Or you think it's coming right at you.
Correct. And that, I just want to say that fastball outside, 3-0, big spot here for Zach. I'm sure he'll take a bases loaded walk as Cassetti is not finding it. Now, Cassetti in his games usually doesn't go long, only around 2 to 3 innings is really kind of his limit. And then we're at pushing 2 right now. He's at 35 pitches, 36 though, and they're right down Broadway for strike 1. Cassetti, again, his expertise is that really kind of relief fastball, but he really hasn't been able to find it yet here. Hasn't been able to record a strikeout as Zach chopping that one over to short. Coleman's got to come in and touch the bag just in time for the 3rd out. And Zach, he wants, AC Flora taking a little while to go off the bag. I'm not sure, or off the diamond, I'm not sure what they're trying to figure out. But I'm interested. Now, Howlett's talking to the home plate umpire. And not sure what he's upset about, actually. Could you make out what he was saying at all, or?
No, something about contact.
Oh, I think I know what he was talking about.
Maybe the catcher stepped up?
Either, I didn't see it, maybe either catcher's interference, which I didn't see, or maybe they're talking about he hit it twice, which would make it a foul ball. That's what I could see arguing. However, all the umpires are kind of convening right here, kind of in a stalemate. And looks like we'll take the field now, and I guess we're gonna go to the 3rd inning. AC Flora leaves the bases loaded, but they still have the 1-0 advantage here. Go to the 3rd. So here we go, top of the third inning. So we got confirmation. He was arguing catcher's interference. However, kind of hard to tell from this angle whether Jack Wilson, the catcher for the Knights, did in fact touch Zach with the bat. That would make a catcher's interference. Either way, umpire said no. So we'll go to in the third, and Brody Cook leading it off and takes a low, ball 1. Cook has one of the 2 hits for the Knights. He doubled back in the first inning, but he was left stranded. So that second pitch from Charles, low, ball 2. And we'll see how far Charles goes. Again, this is his first appearance on the mound in the playoffs, but I'm sure Coach Howlett wants to save his better pitchers for later in the week, if at all possible. Finds the strike zone. It says a 2-1 count, and that ball skied over to second base. Actually, it's going to be curling over to first in foul territory. Harris Rivers makes the play out 1. Looked like it started going right at shallow right, and then it curved all the way back into foul territory, and David Rivers made the catch.
That's tough. I mean, so much to think about when that ball's up in the air and you're the first baseman.
I mean, Harris made a great play. Didn't really flinch at all. But yeah, looked like it was going to be Caru's ball, and then Harris had to make it in foul grounds. Either way, 1 down, and Peyton Rogers gets his opportunity and greeted with a outside fastball. 1-0 pitch, now going to be grounded over to short. Caru's got it, fires over to first, second out. Harris Rivers staying on the bag there pretty easily. So quick, 2 down.
Up next, number 25, Harrison Brown.
And I'll bring up Harrison Brown, the designated hitter for the Knights.
His walk-off music is a revving engine on Beltline.
It's actually not a bad walk-up song, to be honest.
Pretty amazing.
There's been worse. First pitch, fastball low, but a strike called against Harrison Brown. Again, Harrison, one of their hotter hitters. 3 for 11 in the playoffs, 4 RBIs. Tough out as that ball smoked down the third base line, but will go foul. So Charles ahead 0-2. Can barely get out my stats before he takes a pitch. Charles wasting no time. That ball's going to get out of play. But again, Harrison Brown, most notably known for his RBI. However, no one on base makes that very, very hard to do. And Achilles heel strikeouts, as I said last at bat. It's got 16 of them in the regular season. Maybe another one here? No. Fastball outside. 1-2 goes the count. So righty on righty matchup here. As Flake getting ready to go to the 1-2. Curveball, got him swinging, strike 3.
Good pitch.
Tyler able to glove that ball, keep it from hitting the ground. 3 up, 3 down, the first time that's happened all game. Charles Flake puts up a butte. In the top of the third, we'll go to the bottom with Flora still leading it 3-1.
All right, so I got background music on because they're playing music here. But I just wanted to bring up that we are trying to raise some money for 2 foundations during these playoffs, during soccer and baseball. But the 2 foundations, the first one is Bend Don't Break Foundation. It's named in memory of Michael Helmley.
Number 2, Florence. Best.
Michael was father to Hunter Helmley. Baseball player on the team last year. Also Lacey Gray, so junior at AC Flora. I'll talk about the other one the next break.
As of now, bottom of the third inning, AC Flora leading at 1-0, and Rince Best. It's his second chance of the game. Watches that curveball stay outside. 1-0 goes the count. So Rince has the only RBI of the game with a sacrifice fly in the first that brought Carew home. It's now the second pitch, 2-0, and again, Cassetti doesn't go long. I think his longest outing was about 5 innings, but very minimal pitches there. We'll see how the long outing affects him here. 2-0. Check swing, but unfortunately goes right to the first baseman, and Keel's able to step on the bag, out 1.
Up next for the Falcons,
So,
number 5,
Cooper Rebels.
Rebels.
Another player who would like to put some pressure on Cassetti here in the third inning. He drew a walk back in the first inning, but unable to advance. He was left stranded at first. So Cassetti wastes no time. First pitch on the way. We chopped over to third. Coming in is Benson. Glove that. Get it on to first. Quick. 2 outs for the Falcons. And now, Tyler Hernandez.
Tyler Hernandez.
So, Tyler arguably had one of his worst outings against West Florence last game. Went 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. He did draw a walk, but still, Tyler looking to kind of improve from last outing. So he watches that fastball catch the outside part of the zone around belt high. Strike 1. So, Cassetti taking his time here, kind of waiting. No waiver from either side, and he kicks and deals home. Ball in the dirt, 1-1. Tyler, don't take last game into account. 300 hitter on the year, very much one of the most dangerous players at the plate for the Falcons. Fouls the 1-1 back, and is now behind 1-2 against Cassetti, who's looking for a quick inning here after getting into trouble last inning. And Cassetti will step off after not being able to agree with Wilson on what to throw, and he'll step back on the rubber. Tyler stays in the box, and here we go. 1-2. Curveball catching the outside part of the zone. Strike 3 looking. Cassetti matches Charles with a 1-2-3 inning of his own. We'll go to the top of the 4th with a 1-0 lead for AC Flora.
All right, so with background music on, let me talk about the other foundation. The other one is Jefferson Bates Foundation, so Ben Domrick Foundation in memory of Michael Helmley, and Jefferson Bates Foundation in memory of Jefferson Bates. Jefferson was father to Carew, the shortstop for AC Flora. And the Jefferson Bates Foundation benefits kids in sports programs around the greater Midlands area. If you want to donate, you can donate to on Venmo to @JB19_, JB19_. And then again for Ben Don't Break, you can either go to don'tbreak.org, or on Venmo you can donate to Ben Don't Break Foundation, @Ben Don't Break Foundation. And there's also a benefit party for Benefit Rig Foundation. It's going to be June 16th at the Loose Cockaboose. Tickets are $40 per person, $20 per student, and you can buy those by paying that money to the Venmo handle at Ben Don't Break Foundation. Just let them know in the comment that you want to go to the band party. All right.
Leading off for the Knights, number 1, Bryson Graves.
Now bottom of the fourth, or top of the fourth, excuse me, after a quick third inning from both sides. 3 up, 3 down for both teams. We're going to go to the fourth, and hottest hitter for the Knights, Bryson Graves, will get us started here. Charles wastes no time. First pitch in there, low inside, but strike 1. Graves single last at bat. And Charles, before I can say anything, goes another fastball down the middle, strike 2. Graves is behind. But Graves singled over the third baseman last at bat before getting caught, or not third, I think it was into right, but caught stealing to get out, and that pitch outside, 1-2. Either way, Bryson thrown out, trying to go to second. Looking to try to score this time. However, he's behind 1-2. Strike 3 looking before I can even get it out of my mouth. Flake working quickly. Third strikeout of the game. And that sets him down for the first out.
Now batting number 9, Jack Benson.
So, third baseman for the Knights will come up now, Jack Benson. Walked last at bat. Now looking for more, but Hardy cut through a fastball, strike 1. Flake working quickly. 0-2. He's found his rhythm. Fastball inside. Benson, another hot hitter, but he's behind 0-2. Fastball low, ball 1. Benson's 4-9 in the playoffs with 6 RBIs, and he's now drawn 2 walks. Knows how to get on base, but he's behind 1-2. Pitch high, lifted into center, but or right center going over is Cooper. Revels, and he'll make the play out 2. Looked to be in center, and that ball again tailing to the right again. And Cooper had to go all the way from basically just off his line to into the gap to make that play. Nonetheless, 2 down for the catcher, Jack Wilson. Again, Flake working quickly here. He's found his groove, but that fastball unable to find the zone. Looked to be outside and low. 1-0. 1-0 pitch can be lined into right field, and ball almost misjudged, but Charlie Scott, or no, it's Lincoln McCardo over there in right, making a leaping grab for the third out. So another 3 up, 3 down inning for your Falcons. Charles does his job. We'll go to the fourth, trying to expand on the 1-0 lead.
Now for the Falcons.
So,
9,
bottom of the
Grant
4th inning is
Loggins.
upon. And again, the Falcons will trot up 6, 7, and 8. Take on Ryan Cassetti. Starting with Grant Loggins. Flew out to center back in the 2nd. That was his first out ever against West Florence this season. Cassetti wasting no time. He'll deal the first pitch. Curveball outside. Ball 1. Cassetti only had an 11-pitch inning last inning to Charles's 10-pitch inning. He was dealing, but he's now behind 0-2 as the slider hits the left-handed batter's box. So 2-0 count. Comes inside, fastball, finding the knees, strike 1. Ball found the inside part of the plate. Now, Cassetti back in the at-bat. 2-1 pitch. Gonna be outside fastball. That one doesn't find it. 3-1. Loggins would love a leadoff walk here. Try to get the offense going. Get some insurance for Charles. 3-1 pitch. Looked to be a change up high. Yeah, miss ball high.
Actually, it was a ball up, I think.
I think it was. Trying to figure out what he's trying to throw there. Looked like a change up. But
Yeah, I think you're right.
Number 7, Roper Winsky.
I'll bring up designated hitter Roper Wensky, who first ever at bat against West Florence, he found pay dirt, single to left field. He'll look to do it again against Cassetti. One of the only 2 hits AC Flora has all night. Cassetti throwing. In there, strike 1, outer third. So Cassetti into the 4th inning. He's now above 50 pitches on his outing. We'll see if anyone starts getting loose in the night bullpen right now. Looks like there no one is. That pitch, high, ball 1. Roper, not exactly the most prominent figure in the batter's box, doesn't stand too tall. Smaller batter's box means harder to throw to him. So 1-1 for Cassetti. That ball chopped over to the night dugout.
He's just a freshman. Has time to grow.
About to say, I'm sure he's about to hit his growth spurt very soon.
He he's actually a really good quarterback on the football team. He was on the freshman team, played a lot on the JV team, and then was called up for the playoffs in the varsity.
Oh wow, may see him on the gridiron as that ball sharply hit the third. Not able to handle it. Benson, that's gonna get into left field.
I think that actually is too hot to handle.
I think that actually is a hit. I was about to score that as a hit.
That was a hard hit ball right there.
I was about to score that as a hit.
Yeah, they scored it as a hit here.
That's what I would have done too.
Yeah.
So Harris Rivers up to the plate in a mound visit here, and there is someone warming up in the West Florence bullpen now. He's throwing. It's number 5, Matthew Brown.
All right, we'll be right back. Here we go.
So after a quick mound visit, no change, and again, right before he went to a little break, I noted it, but now Matthew Brown is fully up in the West Florence bullpen and throwing. So, said he may not have long left in this game. Harris Rivers looking to bunt at the plate. He pulls it back as that curveball goes into the left-hand batter's box. And the count is now 1-0 to Harris Rivers. So Rivers reached on an air over to third in his last at-bat. Now has an opportunity for an RBI at second. Now he bunts. Beautiful ball down the third baseline. Tough play for Cassetti. He'll throw to first. Not in time. Everyone moves up. And as a bunt single for Harris Rivers.
Yeah, it was perfectly laid down.
It was perfectly laid down. And now Lincoln McCardle's
hey, we're going back to Charlie Scott.
Off, and now here comes back in Charlie Scott. So that little mix-up happened back in the second inning. We saw Lincoln bunt for Charlie. Now it's a hitting opportunity, meaning here comes Charlie Scott. And try to provide some insurance here for AC Flora in the fourth.
Your co-host last game.
It was.
Or sorry, his dad was your co-host.
Yes.
Yeah, Austin.
So Charlie back in the game. Charlie had 2 walks against West Florence last Monday. See if that carries over here. So he watches that first pitch, breaking ball, outside, 1-0. So bases loaded, nobody out in a 1-0 game, bottom of the fourth. Nowhere to put Charlie Scott. And the top of the order up next. Very difficult spot for the Knights. 1-0 pitch. Fouled back way over the heads of everybody, even in that 1-1. Now, up the middle, West Florence looks to be surrendering a run, but if a ball's hit on the corner, it looks like they're going to go home with it. As middle's playing double play depth, corner infielders playing on the grass. Big opportunity for your Falcons to stretch this lead. Give some insurance to Charles Flake. 1-1 lined into right center. Going to be a tough play to make. It's going to find the grass base knock. Everyone's going to move up, and that's going to provide a run as Loggins had to wait back, but he gets in safely. An RBI single for Charlie Scott. That ball just carried over the second baseman's head and dropped just right in front of the right fielder, Cook. Everyone had to wait back on it, but that ball did find the grass, and it's an RBI single for Charlie Scott, as that'll be all for Ryan Cassetti. His night is over. Pitching change coming here. Matthew Brown steps to the mound. Sure, we'll be right back after this. So we're back. Bases are loaded in the bottom of the fourth. AC Flora's already pushed 1 run across. And the top of the order is now up with the bases loaded. It's Carew Bates. He was intentionally walked back in the second inning. Can't do that here. And the pitcher for the Knights, Matthew Brown, right-handed setter to get underway as he greets Carew with a fastball right over the heart of the plate, strike 1. So the right-hander, Matthew Brown, went 1 2/3 innings, only giving up 1 hit and no earned runs a week ago against us. We'll see how that changes here. He's a big opportunity for relief. Over to third. Steps on the bag. Benson going home. Tough play. And no, it's not forced out.
Safe. That's safe.
At the home. He's not thinking as the catcher. That was a force out at third from Benson. He throws home. Catcher doesn't apply the tag, and that's a run for your Falcons. Roper is able to slide home safely, and that's an RBI fielder's choice for Carew.
Now batting for the Falcons, number 15, Zach Sneed.
So again, what happened there is the ball was hit over to third. Benson stepped on the bag and went home. The right exact play, what he should have done. However, catcher Jack Wilson had no idea and just stepped on the bag hoping for a force out. Didn't apply the tag. And now there's 2 on, 1 out with 2 runners in. And now Zach Sneed watches that first pitch go outside. Ball 1. So big break for the Falcons. Could have been a double play, massive double play for the Knights. But an error from the catcher, in my opinion. It's that 1-0 pitch skied over the backstop. 1-1 to the at-bat. So Sneed, he's 0 for 2 tonight after apparently controversial play ended the second inning. Catcher's interference was not called. Now Sneed really has a shot to do some really big damage, kind of bust this game up from Flora right here. It's the 1-1 inside fastball, doesn't catch the zone. 2-1 the count now. So Brown already was forced into trouble. He delivers that pitch and it's fouled over the backstop, even in the count at 2s. Brown forced into trouble. He's 6 pitches in, gave up a run. Well, it wasn't his to give up, but run given up, and now has to deal with the top of the Falcon order. Not really one of the hardest situations to come in a playoff game. 2-2, swinging, strike 3, curveball in the dirt. Got him swinging, and that's how the second out of the inning comes. So Matthew Brown, big opportunity to get out of this game.
For the Birds,
Or this inning for the Knights. Comes through Rince best though. Rince has one of the 3 RBIs with a sac fly back in the first, but grounded over to first. A check swing back only an inning ago. Now looking to bust this game open. First pitch from Brown, low, and away, ball 1. So Matthew Brown, one of their go-to pitchers for relief in the season, only pitching 23 in a 3rd inning, but he has 37 strikeouts and 9 earned runs. Next pitch on the way, curveball, low, ball 2, and he falls behind. However, in the playoffs for Matthew Brown, he went 7 innings with only 9 hits and 2 earned runs. In his last appearance last week, helped the Knights continue their playoff push. And that fastball from Brown in there, outside third, low, but called for a strike. So 2-1 the count. Two outs here in the inning. Flores pushed 2 across, looking for more. 2-1, swinging strike. Got him swinging through a changeup. Count now at 2-2 for Rince. Flora leading 3-0. Trying to give Charles even more insurance. Cannot overstate how big this at-bat is from Rince. Pitch comes in, runners both go. Chopped over to short. Tough play to make in the hole. He's going to go throwing over to first, but that ball's basically away. And an infield single for Rince Best. Very risky throw from the shortstop Coleman. Tried to jeter it off the turnaround throw. As the ball was spiked in the ground about halfway there. The first baseman Keels came over and able to collect it before it got past anybody important. And every Falcon moves up a bag. Now the bases are loaded. 2 down for Cooper Revels. Tomahawk chop in the dugout for the Falcons. First pitch to Cooper. Curveball, outside third in there. Strike one.
What's Cooper at on the day?
Cooper is 0-1. He grounded out to third in his last at-bat, and he walked back in the first. So looking for his first hit of the evening. That pitch, getting away from the catcher. That ball's going to cut away and score a run. That curveball got Cooper to swing over it, but got away from Jack Wilson. And West Florence saying they called a foul ball there.
What foul ball?
And now umpire's going to convene here. Umpire said behind they called it a foul ball. And they did call it a foul ball, so that run will not count. Everyone's forced to go back. So apparently Cooper Revels did get a piece of that curveball, and it was a foul. So count at 2-2 with 2 outs. Or no, 0-2, excuse me, with 2 outs. And the score still stands at 3-0. So Brown, big chance to get out of this inning. Now it goes. Pitch, curveball that time. Swung and no foul. Strike 3 swinging. Cooper Revels goes down. And AC Flora leaves them loaded, but they get the job done. 2 runs come across, put into a 3-0 lead for the Falcons. We'll go to the 5th. So over halfway through the game now in the 5th inning, set to unfold. The Knights set to bring up the 9, 1, and 2 hitters to face Charles Flake, sitting at 59 pitches so far tonight.
Number 3, Cooper Coleman.
Now Cooper Coleman stepping in, gets greeted with a low fastball for a strike. So Coleman reached on a fielder's choice in his last at-bat that pulled Harris Rivers off the bag. Pitch smacked into right center. Going back is going to be Cooper. Ball's going to get off the wall. Base knock for Coleman, who's in a hard stop at second. And he lead off double for the West Florence Knights. That ball smoked into right center off the base of the wall. And West Florence now has some life here in the 5th inning. And Coach Hallett Cook going to come talk to his pitcher. We'll see if there's a pitching change here as the top of the order is coming up for West Florence. As as of now, there's nothing.
Oh, yep.
But there, yep, pitching change.
Oh, Rents?
And Rince will come in.
All right.
That'll be all for Charles Flake. Good outing, but Rince best. Set to try to finish this game out for AC Flora.
All right. I'm going to put some music on in the background and talk about. So I showed the contact information for Big Red Box and Superior Fence and Rail. The reason is because they've each agreed to donate $250. Well, I guess a combined $500, but split across the two charities, Jefferson Bates Foundation and Bend Don't Break. So those Big Red Box is, you can reach them at bigredboxdumpstercompany.com or call them at 803-783-6834. And if you have a construction renovation project coming up, give them a call. They will bring a dumpster to you, you fill it up with debris, and they will haul it away. The other is Superior Fence and Rail. If you have a fencing project coming up, give Greg Rame a call at 803-239-1302. You can visit them online at superiorfenceandrail.com to find more information. But yeah, definitely give Greg a call, 803-239-1302. And the two charities, once again, you can donate to on Venmo to @JB19_ Jefferson Bates Foundation benefits kids and sports programs in the Midlands area, and Bend Don't Break Foundation, don'tbreak.org, or at Bend Don't Break Foundation on Venmo. They support different causes dedicated to helping people heal through music, and that is in memory of Michael Helmley. But we will be right back.
So in comes Rince Dash from left field. Out goes Evan Smith. He'll go into left field, and Charles Flake will stay in the dugout here.
So Harris staying on first.
Yeah, Harris will stay in at first. Rince comes in with a man on second and no outs here in the fifth. First pitch to leadoff hitter Keels. Low and inside, ball one. So top of the order now up for the Knights. They want to do some damage. Now would be a phenomenal time, but it's not going to be easy going against Rince. He's looking off at second, goes back home. 1-0 pitch inside, ball two. So Rince has only had one other appearance on the mound in the playoffs. Got 2 outs with 1 hit and 1 run against James Island. The 2-0 pitch, low and away, ball 3. And he falls behind the leadoff hitter, 3-0. Rince has not walked anyone in the playoffs, but had 2 strikeouts. He only has 3 walks in the year, but isn't exactly one of our go-to pitchers. We'll see how he reacts here. That 3-0 pitch right down Broadway, strike 1. So after starting the inning on the grass, Harris moves back into regular position. And that is a strike called, to much dismay of the away crowd. And now, count is full, 3-2. Big pitch coming from Rince. On the way, inside low, ball 4. That one is not called.
That one looked better than the previous one.
I would agree.
Now batting number 23, Evan Frank.
So now Evan Frank, the second baseman for the Knights, will get his opportunity. One person who is very happy to see Charles Flake out of the game. He's grounded out twice in his 2 previous at-bats. And now we'll see the corners for the Falcons come in, maybe expecting bunt here. Carew also at short's going to be playing behind the runner. No bunt here. And that fastball going to catch the outside part of the zone, strike one. So heart of the order is now going to be up for the Knights. As the third base coach yelling at Frank to come on, swing the bat, trying to get any offense here in the fifth. Now the bunt attempt, but Rins steps off, looking over at second, forcing Coleman back to the bag. So, inadvertently, Rins Bass gets Evan Frank to show his hand. Maybe looking to bunt here, 0-1. Squares again, bunt now down the first base line right at Harris Rivers, who will tag him out quickly. No Chicago Cubs style there, able to tag Frank out, but that bunt does its job and moves both runners up 90 feet. Now there's two in scoring position for Brody Cook. So, big opportunity, as I said, Brody Cook up. Had a double back in the first. 1 for 2 on the night. Yeah, big confidence booster for the Knights. Rins greets him low for ball one. Cook is now 5 for 14 in the postseason with 1 RBI. Numbers 2 and 3 are standing right there. And Rins gonna exchange this ball out. Wasn't a fan of the one he was throwing. So he'll get a clean one from the home plate umpire. And we'll do it. Rins right-handed pitcher dealing with a right-handed batter. Has technically the pitcher's advantage. 1-0 the count. High to the backstop. Coming home, Coleman throw down to home, and he's not able to get there in time. Wild pitch. Scores Cooper Coleman from third. And now West Florence pushes their first run across of the inning. 3-1 the lead for AC Flora. So that was high for ball two. Cook is ahead 2-0, and now another run. Keels 90 feet away at third now. And the tying run at the plate. 2-0 pitch. High again. Gets by Hernandez. Coming home's Keels. Not in. No throw. And West Florence has scored 2 on 2 wild pitches. So big momentum shift for the Knights, and Coach Howlett going to come out to talk to Rins. Big momentum shift for the Falcons. We may see one of our starters come in, and Rins will get the ball taken from him, it looks like. Looks to be a pitching change for AC Flora. Not sure who's going to come in.
Hank Collins.
Hank Collins, yep. So Hank will get the nod. Rins goes back to left. Oh, a pitching change here at Falcon Field.
All right, we'll grab.
So, Hank Collins in for Rince Best. As I said, Rince goes back out to left, putting Evan Smith back in the dugout. Rince was only able to record 1 out and gave up 2 runs. And now Hank Collins in. He inherits a 3-0 count against the 3-hole hitter for the Knights. Hank comes set to fire the first pitch. And Brody Cook watching all the way, strike 1 down the pipe. Looked to be a good pitch to hit, but Brody Cook didn't move the bat at all, just stood there and watched it go by. 3-1 now. That ball's gonna be low, ball 4, and Cook will take first. That's the tying run. So big spot here for Peyton Rogers for the Knights. Rogers reached base back in the first inning on a walk, but hasn't been able to do anything since grounding out back in the third. Big opportunity for Peyton Rogers. He's the go-ahead run here in the top of the 5th. First pitch from Hank. Looks to be outside and maybe a little low. Ball 1. So, 1-0 count here from Hank. Coming in. Low again, ball 2. Rogers ahead 2-0 against the right-handed pitcher, Hank Collins. Collins gonna deal home. That one, though, catches the knees, middle of the zone, strike 1. Rogers, again, their best hitter on the year, hitting .406, gets on base 52% of the time. Looking to limit that here as Hank Collins throws one and a screaming foul down the line. Count even at 2s with 1 out. That runner on first, Brody Cook, the tying run. That would equalize this game here in the 5th. Hank Collins looking to stop that from happening. 2-2 coming in. Another foul ball. The exact same thing just happened. Same ball in the exact same spot. Does the exact same thing. Foul down the right field line and in to the stands. Hank Collins' postseason has only recorded 1 out, but gave up no runs doing so, or any hits. 2-2. Ball sharply hit to second. Grant's got it. Gonna flip it to second for 1. On to first. Not a throw. So, fielder's choice for an out. And a big second out for the Falcons.
Number 25, Harrison Brown.
So 2 down here for Harrison Brown, the RBI leader for the Knights. 29 RBIs total on the year. I've said it 3 times, but this is the moment he's been waiting for. Man on first, chance to equal the game. Collins, though, picking off at first. Rogers slides back in without a throw. And now, Hank looking, come home. Looking back at first, and he'll come set. Now here, fire. First pitch in there. Outside corner fastball, strike 1. Harrison Brown, the 5-hole, and the 6-hole doesn't get much easier. The hottest bat in the lineup, Bryson Graves, on deck. Hank throws back, though, to first, keeping Peyton Rogers honest and close to the bag. So, 3rd pitcher on the night for AC Flora. What we do. 0-1, fastball outside, 1-1. But we kind of jump around to different pitchers. They're much more of a team to try to stick with one guy as long as possible. Last game didn't show it. They went with 4 pitchers. They're at 2, pick off to first, keeping Peyton Rogers close. Only 3 hits for West Florence so far, but they've gotten 2 runs off of it. Now the 1-1 swinging strike, changeup. Got Harrison Brown to swing under it. Now count is 1-2. Designated hitter, Harrison Brown. 1-2 pitch, got him swinging off speed. Makes him look a little silly there as he swings through it. Looked to be a slider, but he'll get out of the inning. Hank Collins comes in, gets 2 massive outs for AC Flora, leaving the game, leaving the inning with AC Flora leading 3-2. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. So we are back after a wild top of the 5th inning where West Florence puts 2 across. AC Flora comes back, still leading 3-2. Those 2 insurance runs in the bottom of the 4th were massive insurance runs, it seems. That keeps AC Flora in the lead. So Tyler Hernandez leading off. First pitch from Matthew Brown, swinging strike 1. Matthew Brown came in the game with a tough situation, inheriting bases loaded, able to get out of it fairly unscathed, only really 2 runs with it. He throws that second pitch, curveball, catching the outside part of the zone for the left-handed batter. Now it's 0-2 against our catcher. 0-2 pitch coming from Brown. Hit back up the middle, gloving it's Brown though. He's gonna flip it over to Keels at first. 1 out in a tough way for Tyler. Kind of get robbed of a hit, it looked like. So that brings up Grant Loggins. Loggins started the massive bottom of the 4th for the Falcons with a walk. But he's yet to record a hit tonight, and now we'll see his first at-bat against Matthew Brown. Brown wasting no time. First pitch on the way. Curveball, strike 1. So, Brown kicking and dealing, and that ball's gonna be fouled back into Grant, but it hit his bat. He's all right. 0-2 goes the count. So, all those 3 runs were not charged to Matthew Brown also. They were all charged to Ryan Cassetti, who final line of the night's 3 innings, 3 runs, 5 hits. Now that pitch outside and away. Ball 1. But Cassetti's night's done, and now it all turns to Matthew Brown, who now is in a 1-run game with AC Flora. That 1-2 low. Ball 2. So 2-2 the count, 1 out here, bottom of the 5th. Curveball low, ball 3. Grant able to lay off of it. So 3-2 count, 1 out. Roper Wensky on deck for the Falcons. Pitch on the way, lining to short, but right at Coleman, who makes the snag. 2 down. Hit hard, but right at the shortstop. And that is how the second out comes into play.
Stepping up to
And
play
now
for the
Roper
Birds,
Wensky.
number 7, Roper Wensky.
Another big chance for the freshman. Nobody on, 2 out. He is actually the hottest hitter for our team right now. He's 2-2. Got called up mid-season. He's been absolutely phenomenal at the plate. First pitch from Brown, outside, fastball, ball 1. Roper is now 4 for 6 in the playoffs with 2 RBIs. Made his mainstay in this lineup, and that ball hits him. The 1-0 curveball, unable to get over the plate. And a 2-out base runner now for AC Flora, and the former Roper Wensky steps on first and brings up Harris Rivers to get some instruction
Number 11, Harris
before
Rivers.
heading out to the dish. Harris Rivers, he singled, a bunt single to be exact, last at bat. He's not going to be called to really swing the bat, but potentially a bunt single, honestly. All the infield's pretty much playing back instead of the first baseman who's holding Roper on first. Roper has a pretty big lead over there. We'll see if Matthew tries to test him. He'll go home first, where Harris will foul the first pitch back. 0-1 goes the count. But a bunt single from Harris loaded the bases up. Last inning, he ultimately had a force out at third on the ball that put home Grant Loggins. It was the mental error from the catcher, Jack Wilson. But either way, did not come home to score. Next pitch, outside, off speed, 1-1. Rivers didn't get many chances at the plate this year. Only 18 at-bats. And only 1 in the playoffs before tonight. But big opportunity for him to do some damage and extend a lead. Pitch chopped into the West Florence dugout. 1-2 is the count. So 5 RBIs on the year for Harris. Number 6, long way at first base, needs to find a gap. Looks like the lines are available as both outfielders playing off of them. 1-2. Low fastball gets away from Jack Wilson. Phenomenal read by Roper Wensky, and he'll take second.
Yeah. Saw the ball hit the dirt and went right away. No hesitation.
Took no time getting over to the second. Beautiful read. And now that 6th RBI is 90 feet closer. So, looks like Matthew Brown's going to take his time. Not
Like,
really.
Michael Scott. Scott coming in to pinch. Wait.
So yeah, going to be pitch runner for Roper Wensky. I'm not exactly sure who yet. But it looks like Roper Wensky pitch ran for
Matthew
here.
Scott, right? I think.
I can't tell. Looks like.
Yeah, 39.
Yeah, 39. So, yeah, Matthew Scott. He'll pitch run for Roper Wensky.
Courtesy runner at
Put
second
some more
base for the
speed on the
Falcons,
base path.
number 39, Matthew Scott.
So Scott will be the courtesy runner for Roper Wensky at second. Count is still 2-2 with 2 outs. And now Matthew Scott standing at second as a big insurance run for the Falcons. Brown deals home. Harris Rivers grounded over to the hole in short. Tough play to make. Coleman on the backhand over to first. Not in time. Harris Rivers gets his second hit of the playoffs, first actual hit of the playoffs, infield single. Give runners on first and second for the Falcons, but that ball in the hole, meaning Matthew Scott did not move up. He stayed at second. So Charlie Scott will get his opportunity here tonight. He has an RBI single just an inning ago. First pitch to him, curveball over his head. Doesn't get the zone. Ball 1. Ball looked like it was going to go over his head, but it curved back late, but not enough to get the inside part of the zone. So 1-0 the count 2 on, 2 out. AC Flora leading it by 1. Next pitch outside, ball 2. And if you're Matthew Brown, it's a tough spot in the lineup, as next up is Carew Bates, one of the best hitters on the AC Flora team. 2-0 pitch, low, but called a strike, 2-1. Carew has 16 RBIs, hitting .359 this season. Dangerous hitter on deck. But to get there, Charlie Scott. That ball roped into right field. Going back is Cook, shading back, and he catches that. If there was a warning track, that would have been a warning track shot. Cook, able to keep that one in the ballpark and will limit the damage to nothing. AC Flora leaves 2 stranded, but they still lead it 3-2. We'll head to the 6th.
All right, we're back.
And just in time for Bryson Graves to get the 6th inning underway for West Florence. So the Knights trail by 1 to your Falcons. Big opportunity, though, as the bottom half of the order is set to come up. They need base runners here in order to try to come back in this game. Hank Collins low, ball 1. 1-0 pitch, popped right into the air. Going back is going to be Hernandez. That ball is going to stay in the park, and Tyler just off the tip of his glove for a long foul ball. That was a tough ball. It looked like it was going to get out of the playing field, and that just came back in. Brought Tyler all the way back to around where our dirt is for our dugout, but unable to catch it. Tough play for the catcher to make, as that ball's basically you're right under it, trying to make the play, but it's such, that ball has such movement in the air.
It's another one of those where you have lots of time to think.
I'd say lots of time to think in a big pressure situation, and Graves will call his time. But yeah, lots of time to think in a big pressure situation. Graves is 1 for 2 tonight, singled back in the 2nd, but he struck out looking in the 4th. So 1-1 pitch to Graves, low, ball 2. Hank Collins came in and got 2 big outs last inning, but he's thrown up to 35 pitches now. That pitch inside, ball 3, and Graves has a path to first, open up. Leadoff base runner for Graves. Already seen him take off once. Man has speed, but it still needs to draw the walk. 3-1 pitch. That one will do it. Outside, ball 4. for the third time in this game,
Now batting
the
number
Knights have
9,
a
Jack
leadoff
Benson.
walk. So, third baseman Jack Benson step into the right-handed batter's box, try to take on the right-hander, looking to try to at least move Graves up a base, but optimistically wants to do more. Benson is 1 for 2 with the single as well, but that ball slowly hit back to Hank on the mound, able to get the out at first. Big first out for the Falcons, but Graves will move up a base.
Now batting number 24, Jack Wilson.
So now, another Jack Wilson gets his chance. He was hit by a pitch in the second, but he lined out to Charlie Scott in right in the fourth. Now that tying run at second. Big chance for Benson, who calls time. Benson has a whopping 6 RBIs in the playoffs so far, which equals his RBIs in the season, who was also at 6. First pitch from Hank coming in low, ball 1. But Benson, again, 12 RBIs, half of them in the playoffs. He's been hot. Would love to continue that hot streak here against Hank Collins. So Collins the 1-0. Fastball not catching the zone. Inside. 2-0 goes the count. So 2-0 against Jack Wilson, the catcher. He steps back in after calling time. Collins comes set. He'll go home. That ball's gonna be fouled back into the dirt. 2-1. The count, 1 out. Tying run on second. Top of the 6th inning. AC Flora up 3-2 in this win or go home game. It's not going to be easy for either side to close this one out. Too much talent for both teams. Both teams fighting for their lives. And this game proved to be very different than a week ago, where AC Flora handily won 7-1. Now 2-1 the pitch. Curveball doesn't break enough. Stays inside, 3-1. Dugout yelling that Wilson has to be your pitch. Meaning don't swing at anything out of the zone. 3-1. Hank Collins gonna go back to second, no throw, chasing Graves back to the bag. No cover. As Graves will now go back to his lead. Big spot here for the relief pitcher. 3-1 pitch. Coming in, foul, that's gonna hit the batter.
Yeah.
Fill the count up. Wilson just got a piece of the curveball, it looked like, but it hit off his leg. We'll make that ball foul. So on deck, Cooper Coleman led off the last inning with a double. You don't need him getting hot. And after him, the top of the order set up. And Hank Collins will step off, take his time, and Coach Howlett's now going to make another mound visit. Seems like Hank's been a little in his own head this at-bat, kind of taking his time. We'll see if another pitcher will come into the game. As of now, it looks like everyone's staying in the dugout.
Is he bringing in crew?
I don't think so. No, it looks like Hank's he'll at least get this batter, as Carew and Tyler are gonna stand there and talk to him a little longer for some encouragement.
Huh.
So, no changes made to the defense for the Falcons, and a full count pitch is due up against the 8-hole hitter for the Knights. Full count pitch, 1 out here. Collins looking over at second. He'll kick and deal home. Curveball in there, strike 3 looking. Big strikeout for Hank Collins to a massive ovation. And that is a massive second out. And now there may be a pitching change, is how it's coming out again.
He is going to Carew.
And now he's going to go to Carew. So Hank Collins comes in, gets 4 outs. And Carew Bates, it looks like, will come in to pitch. Hank Collins getting some massive outs for the Falcons, keeping them in the lead. And now it will turn over to Carew Bates. We're also going to see Cooper Revels will come in to play short, excuse me. No, Grant will stay at second.
All right, yeah, we'll be right back.
So pitching change for AC Flora. Carew Bates in from short. That'll push Charlie Scott into center. Cooper Revels will come from center to play short, and Michael Scott will go to right. So Coach Howlett trying to hold his aces.
Matthew Scott, right?
Matthew Scott's in right.
You said Michael Scott.
Oh, excuse me.
He's on The Office.
Oops. I'm sure they'd be fine with me calling him Michael Scott.
Yeah.
But no, Matthew Scott in right, Charlie Scott in center, but Coach Howlett trying to hold his aces for later in the week. Going to Carew, who's not even recorded 4 innings this whole season. He's going to step off before delivering his first pitch. But in the box is Cooper Coleman, the shortstop. Had a leadoff double last inning for the Knights. A shot to right center. He eventually came home on a wild pitch to score the first run of the game for West Florence. But he's 1 for 2 tonight. But he's reached base twice off a fielder's choice back in the second. Would love to reach base here again. First pitch coming from Carew. Low fastball. 1-0. So Carew has not allowed a hit in any of his appearances. He's not allowed to earn run. 6 strikeouts, only 2 walks. He's been effective, though his limited usage. But this is a monumental moment for Carew as Coleman will step out. Carew taking his time on the mound. And the biggest at-bat maybe of the season so far for AC Flora. So Carew comes set, Kick steals 1-0. Lined over to right field. It's a base knock. Matthew Scott gets by him. That's going to bring home a run for the Knights. And Cooper Coleman ties this game up in the 6th. RBI single for Cooper Coleman. And we are leveled at 3 in the top of the 6th inning. So now Camp Keels. He'll get his opportunity again. He's reached base twice off of walks, but he struck out back in the 1st. Go ahead run at first. First pitch bounced in there. Tyler's not able to get it. Go ahead run moves into scoring position. And now Carew in a big spot for AC Flora.
Square it up, Camp. All you gotta do is square it up, kid.
And now Tyler Hernandez will call time and go talk to his pitcher. He's the College of Charleston commit. It's in the biggest pickle of the season so far. Go ahead run. It's on second. There is 2 outs. It's Carew looking to try to limit the damage to only 1. Cooper at short playing behind the runner as Carew taking his time on the mound. He's gonna come set and he's gonna fire home. 1-0 in there, strike 1. Big first pitch for Carew, needing that strike. So 1-1 the count. Camp Keels the lefty at the plate. Carew baits. 1-1 pitch coming in. Curveball staying outside, 2-1. If it gets that far, Evan Frank is on deck. And in the hole is Brody Cook. Heart of the order. In prime position for the Knights. 2-1, 2 outs. Carew steps off. Looking back, Coleman at second. Keels has 8 RBIs on the season. He has none, though, in the playoffs. He gets on base any way he can. 15 walks leading the Knights. 2-1 pitch coming. Low, picking up dirt. Ball 3. And Carew is behind. 15 walks in the season for Keels, 3 in the postseason. He has 2 tonight. The Zach Sneed of the Knights ahead of Carew, 3-1. No throwback, the pitch. Grounded over to first. Harris gonna on the backhand. No one gonna cover first. That pitch thrown away. That's gonna come home to score the go-ahead run for West Florence. And Camp Keels gives the Knights the lead late here. A massive play for the Knights. That's going to go down as a hit, as there was Carew took his time covering first, and there was no one there. However, Harris Rivers threw that one away and allowed the go-ahead run from second to come all the way and score. So Evan Frank, he's 0 for 2 tonight, has a chance to increase the West Florence lead now, who've come roaring back in the last 2 innings, putting 2 on each. Looks like we're going to see maybe a courtesy runner going at second. Looks to be no, never mind. No one's gonna. No one spurring in West Florence's dugout. But Carew needing it out here. First pitch to Frank, outside, ball 1. Life has been charged into the Knights, and momentum has fully swung the other way. Massive last 2 innings for West Florence, and Carew will step off and compose himself. So Carew will come home on the 1-0. Ball gets away from Tyler, and Keels will move over to third off the wild pitch. There's no movement from the Falcon dugout right now. Well, right as I say that, now there is.
Harrelson.
Yeah, looks to be Ryan Harrelson will go start warming up for the Falcons.
Got to come to you here.
Interesting call from Coach Howell to say win or go home game. Surprised we didn't see Davis Rivers get up there. 2-0 pitch. Inside, but called strike 1. Much needed strike for the Falcon pitcher, Carew. So an insurance run 90 feet away for Frank as he calls time. It's a 4-3 lead for West Florence. They've scored 4 runs off of 4 hits. A massive momentum swing. 2-1 pitch. Low swinging strike though. Frank helps out Carew Bates there as that fastball looked low, but Frank swung over it. Count at 2-2, 2 outs here. Carew coming set, and he's gonna fire home. That 2-2 pitch in the dirt, but gonna stay in front. Phenomenal job from Tyler Hernandez. Stays in front of that pitch. Keels was ready to break from third, basically slipped and fell after he realized that ball didn't get far enough away to come score. And that'll bring the count full. 3-2, 2 outs. Frank. Both come set. Carew comes home. Ball lined into right field, right at Matthew Scott. He'll make that play for the third out. AC Flora gets out of the inning, but damage was done. West Florence puts 2 across, and they now lead at 4-3. Can AC Flora come back and respond? We'll let you know in the 6th. So, top of the order here for AC Flora. Due up in the bottom of the 6th. Much different situation from an inning ago. AC Flora, they put 2 across in the 4th, but now just 2 innings later, they're down 4-3. And Matthew Brown set to do. First pitch on the ground over to short. Coleman's gonna have it. Fired over to first. 1 out for West Florence. 1 pitch, 1 out. And now Zach Sneed gonna come in.
Zach Sneed.
Flora looks to be fighting for their lives here late in this one. They have 5 outs left to play with. And Zach Sneed comes up 0 for 3 tonight. First pitch on the way, low, ball 1. Sneed struck out against Brown back in the 4th inning. Second time seeing Brown. Hasn't done much for the Flora lineup so far. 1-0. Hit hard, but right at the second baseman. Frank didn't move a muscle at second. And that 2 down for the Falcon lineup.
Now batting for the Falcons, number 2, Rich Best.
So, Rince Best needing a base runner's AC Flora. Down by 1 in the 6th. First pitch on its way. Rince Best watches it low. Ball 1. Matthew Brown, ever since inheriting the bases loaded, has done wonders on the mound. And he finds the zone there. Inside fastball. 1-1. So 1-1 from the right-hander. Curveball outside. 2-1. So 2-1 pitch here to Rince. Rince swinging, fouling back, hitting the catcher. Jack Wilson got hit, looked to be in the thigh. And now he's doubling over. That's the head coach, or doesn't look like the head coach, maybe the assistant coach is going to come out and talk to him. So Wilson looks like maybe it was in the stomach. Looked like he got the wind knocked out of him a little bit. As Brown's throwing with the third baseman. Staying warm here. Looks like he's going to be all right. However, he is taking his time. He'll get back in there. Glad to see he's all right. And now Rince will step back in. And a 2-2 count with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Pitch coming in, and it hits Rince. Matthew Brown apparently didn't stay warm enough. That ball hit the backside of Rince's leg. And a 2-out base runner. It's going to be on for AC Flora with Cooper Revels stepping in.
Now batting for the Birds, number 5, Cooper Rebels.
So Cooper had a single back in the 4th. Not a single. He had a walk in the 1st, and he's then grounded out and struck out in his last 2 plate appearances. We'll see what the Falcons shortstop can do here. Second baseman playing up the middle, opening the hole on the right side. First pitch. Inside, ball 1. Looked to be a good spot, but it didn't catch the zone. Cooper had 15 RBIs during the season. He has 2 in the playoffs. Looking for more. Now he's squaring to bunt, and he misses it. It's going to go foul. Just didn't get enough. I couldn't tell if he made contact or not. I guess he did.
It almost sounded like it hit off his hand
like off the
something.
hand or something. However,
Yeah.
technically, I guess it didn't, considering he's not grasping at it or anything. But
Yeah.
no metal sound, and either way, it's a 1-1 count now. So 1-1, 2 outs. Rince Best on first as the tying run. Revels squaring to bunt. He's going to offer at it, but he fouls it back. Behind now 1-2. Interesting decision to bunt here with 2 outs. Because that time you let the third baseman Jack Benson run basically all the way in.
Yeah.
Now he's behind 1-2. I doubt we'll see a bunt attempt here for Cooper. So big pitch coming from Brown. The 1-2. Foul down the first baseline. That one will find the seats. Or if there were seats out there, and we'll find, I think, our practice facility, I guess?
Yeah.
What'd you call it?
Batting cages.
Batting
in there.
cages, batting cages, practice facility. Whatever it
Shed.
works. The shed. Finds the shed. So Brown will do it again. 1-2 the count. Throws hard hit on the ground to short. Got it though over to second, and he's gonna stay on the bag for the third out. And West Florence is now 3 outs away from advancing. AC Flora has one more inning here. We'll go to the top of the second. AC Flora trailing by 1.
Oh wait, I prematurely there's still playing music.
We can talk over it for a bit, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna have some background music, but we can keep talking. Let me turn down this background music.
There we go. We're throwing it down right now, and we're all good.
Yeah.
So new pitcher Ryan Harrelson. He'll get the nod in the inning.
I gotta confuse the YouTube algorithm with background music. All right, here we go.
So all is right. Brody Cook leads off the 7th inning for West Florence. Now, first time they've started the inning with the lead this game. They're up 4-3, and Brody Cook reached base twice tonight, looking to get it started here for the Knights. First pitch, fouled back, inside fastball from Ryan. Look to stay in. Cook unable to find it. So it looks like Carew is going to stay over at short, I think. I can't really tell.
Yeah,
it looks like Carew's at short. Second pitch from Ryan, outside. Ball 1. But it's kind of a reverse role from the pitchers from last game. West Florence currently has 2 pitchers going, while last game we only had 2. That pitch laced into center field, going back. And that ball may get out. No, it's off the wall. Brody Cook scorching one to center. Another leadoff double for the Knights.
Now batting number 18, Peyton Rogers.
Second leadoff double for the Knights. Brody Cook has his second double of the game. And Harrelson needing a chance to catch his breath here now as a runner on second, no outs, and Peyton Rogers into the plate. Righty on righty as Harrelson. Not seen a left-handed pitcher tonight for the Falcons. Pitch in there, strike 1, fastball, inner half of the plate. So Rogers, one of the best people to get on base for the Knights as that ball hits him. And there's 2 on, nobody out for West Florence. And the RBI machine, Harrison Brown, set up. Ryan Harrelson is not able to find the groove tonight. Back-to-back base runners. Harrelson, he closed out the last game. His 3 innings pitched. Before coming tonight, he's only had 1 hit in the postseason.
Come on, Harry. Stand up right here, Harry. Let's go.
But he's in danger of getting up another one as Harrison Brown comes in. There's no movement from the bullpen. Looks like we're sticking with Ryan. A bunt from Harrison Brown down the third base line. Going to stay into play. Offhanded throw off the bag at first. It's Harris Rivers. And the bases are loaded. No outs here.
That ball looked like it was going to go foul.
That's what I was about to say. I thought that ball was going to go foul.
Now batting number 1,
I guess Ryan didn't want to take the
Graves.
chance. So Bryson Graves, a chance to kind of blow this game open in the 7th inning.
Infield in.
Yeah, infield all come in. It's interesting. Coach Hollett not going to either Davis Rivers or Grant Loggins. Both of them have not even gotten an opportunity to see playing time on the mound. Harrelson throwing to Graves, and he fouls that first pitch back. Graves also reached base twice tonight. Looking to do the same against Ryan Harrelson here. Any ball hit to the infield will most likely come home. The 1-0 outside. 1-1. On deck for the Knights, number 9, Jack Benson. But right now, Ryan trying to focus on getting Graves out at the plate. 1-1 pitch coming. Hit hard into center. Charlie Scott's got a read. He'll make the play and he'll come in. But that's a sacrifice fly for the center fielder. And that'll increase the lead for the Knights. They open up a 5-3 lead now. Also with the sacrifice fly, Peyton Rogers on second will take third. So, Jack Benson, another opportunity to really kind of blow this thing open. A 2-run lead for West Florence. It may be enough, but Benson at the plate, he wants more. He's only reached once tonight. He walked back in the second. He's grounded out and flied out in the last 2 plate appearances. He steps in against Harrelson for the first time. And we'll see how it goes. First pitch. Going to be grounded over to first. Rivers makes the play. He's going to step on. No, foul ball. Called by the first 8 umpire. Harris teetering on the edge. Looked to be foul, and he caught it in foul territory.
Stay that way, kids. Stay that way.
And that would have done the job, though. Would have got a runner home for West Florence. However, the ball goes foul. Harris Rivers smartly catches it foul territory. So, 0-1 count against the 7-hole hitter, Jack Benson. Benson has a chance for another RBI in the postseason. And he's going to foul that one back. 0-2 goes the count.
See the ball here, 9. Let it travel. Right side. Go with it, Jack.
So, Benson behind 0-2, but has fouled both pitches off. Coming in at 0-2, outside fastball, 1-2 now against Jack Benson. On deck, it's the catcher, Jack Wilson. Falcons trying to limit the damage here. They've already given up a run. 1-2 pitch coming in. Going to be shot down the first base line, but it will stay foul all the way. Benson fighting at the plate. He's been fighting all night. Looking to make Harrelson work for his second out, but he would rather just give him a 3-run lead, and he'll call time at the dish. It is worth noting that between innings, another pitcher was warming up for West Florence. We'll see if that happens now with a 2-run lead. Ball hit up the middle and through the middle hole, base knock for Jack Benson. RBI single, Now a 3-run lead for West Florence.
Now batting number 24, Jack Wilson.
So the Knights can smell blood, putting 2 across so far this inning. No movement from Coach Howlett. Looks like it's going to be Ryan Harrelson's 7th inning all the way. And it looks to be maybe a pitch runner over at second. No, they have a 3-run lead for West Florence. They want more. They want no chance that AC Flora will come back. Number 8, Darren Lloyd will pitch run at second
Running at
for
second
Harrison
base
Brown.
Number 8, Darren Lloyd.
Still looking RBI here.
So West Florence has come storming back in the last couple innings and have so far has 2 insurance runs. Looking for more is Jack Wilson. Pitch on the way, outside, fastball, ball 1. So count at 1-0, 1 out in the West Florence 6-3 lead against AC Flora. Next pitch in there, outer third of the plate, strike 1 for Harrelson. Wilson has reached base only once as well. He was hit by a pitch in the second, but he's lined out and struck out in the next 2 appearances he's had. Now the 1-1 coming from Harrelson. Outside fastball, 2-1. Harrelson thrown 17 pitches. So far tonight, hasn't been able to really find his groove. 2-1 the pitch. Swinging, strike 2. Got him swinging over a changeup. Pushing that count to 2-2 now. Harrelson evening the count. Needing a strikeout here would be massive. Going home, Wilson chopping that one foul into the Knight dugout. Wilson, he's only struck out twice in the postseason so far. Did it 9 times in the regular season. Not prone to a strikeout, but can do it. 2-2. And that strike 3 looked maybe, no, they're going to appeal. And they did say he went. Strike 3, swinging. He went around. And that's the second out of the inning. Massive strikeout for Ryan Harrelson. As now Cooper Coleman comes to the plate.
Number 3, Cooper Coleman.
He's reached all 3 times tonight and has been a thorn in the side of AC Flora. He had the go-ahead RBI single back in the 6th. He's come around to score twice. We'll see now if he can extend the Knight lead. First pitch, swinging foul back into the seats over everybody. Again, momentum is fully swung into West Florence's side, and that dugout can smell blood in the water. 0-1 pitch. Skied high, shallow right field. Grant gonna go back and he'll make that play all the way from second. Grant Loggins makes the play, but again, more damage done to the Falcons. 6-3 lead for West Florence. AC Flora has 3 outs left, where their playoff hopes are dashed. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th.
Number 21, Tyler Hernandez.
AC Flora down to their final 3 outs of their season. It's on the line, and Tyler Hernandez will get first cracks at trying to extend it. Matthew Brown on the mound has come in and dominated the Falcons. First pitch to Hernandez, fouled back into the trees. Brown has pitched 3 full innings, only given up 2 hits, has struck out 2. Has not allowed any runs, as both of them were taxed to Cassetti, the ones he technically allowed. Now, second pitch in there, strike 2, and Matthew Brown working quickly against Hernandez. This inning, it's Tyler Hernandez, Grant Roggins, and probably Roper Wensky, if I had to guess, designated hitter. So, 0-2 the count against Hernandez. Swinging, strike 3. Matthew Brown starts the 7th with a K. So now, the USC commit Grant Loggins down to their final 2 outs for AC Flora. And this man looking to try to spark a 7th inning rally. Matthew Brown hasn't wavered all night. See if he does now. First pitch to Grant, hits him on the back. That curveball hit him on the top of the back as Grant kind of tried to lean over to avoid it. But a hit by pitch allows a base runner, and now allows Roper Wensky, the freshman, to come in against West Florence.
Now batting for the Falcons.
So, Cooper Coleman, the thorn on our side all night. Roper Wensky would be the thorn in the side of West Florence all night. They're yet to find a way to get this young man out. 3 for 3, or 2 for 2 tonight, excuse me. He reached on a walk his last at bat, but he singled twice tonight. Looking to try to extend this game for AC Flora. They need another base runner here for the tying run to come to the plate. First pitch to Roper, lining into right field. Cook comes in, now he stays there, he'll make the play out 2. The second out of the inning, and AC Flora down to the final out of the game. It's Harris Rivers.
Now batting for the Falcons, number 11, Harris Rivers.
So, Harris Rivers also found his way on base 3 times tonight. He's had 2 singles, and he reached on the air back in the second, but he hasn't come around and scored yet on any of those, unlike Roper, who found home plate once. Well, big opportunity for Harris Rivers. He singled last 2 at-bats, including an infield single. As Matthew Brown looking to cap off what would be a phenomenal night for him. Didn't get the start in the lineup. He came in and shut the Falcons down. First pitch, low and away, ball 1. He went 7 innings last week to get them to this spot. He's looking to make the most of this opportunity and close out AC Flora on their home diamond. 1-0 the count. Pitch swung on into center. Graves going back, looking up. It's going to be off the base of the wall. Harris Rivers keeps the season alive. A double. And now AC Flora has life here in the 7th. Ball crushed into left center. Harris Rivers keeps the Falcons' season alive. And now Charlie Scott gets his chance. And you can tell how much that hit meant to Harris Rivers as the pitching coach, or I'm assuming a coach for West Florence, has come out to talk to Matthew Brown. So now game rests in the hands of Charlie Scott, another freshman trying to keep the season alive for AC Flora. 2 outs, 2 on. Tying run and Charlie Scott at the plate. Matthews dealing. First pitch curveball in there, strike 1. Charlie Scott, he singled back in the 4th. He's 1 for 2 tonight. Next pitch, Curveball, did he go? Looking down, no, he did not. Able to hold up. That ball skirts around the infield before being corralled by Frank. And the West Florence side of the crowd is letting the umpires hear it. They think Charlie Scott went. Umpire called him no, so it counts at ones. AC4 now trying to get behind Charlie. 1-1 pitch, doesn't find the zone. Curveball breaks outside, it's 2-1. I don't know if you can feel the tension like we can here, but this crowd, either side's ready to come unglued no matter the result. 2-1. Fastball called, strike 2, outside part of the plate. 2-2 the count with 2 outs. AC Flora down to their final strike. Two and two. Matthew Brown shakes off, goes home. Pitch, curveball, outside, full count. So what you live for, folks. 3-2, 2 outs. The go-ahead run at the plate, or no, excuse me, the tying run at the plate. Go-ahead run on deck. Charlie Scott looking to extend the Falcons season. Matthew Brown feels the moment, steps off. So now time called as Charlie's going to go home over to talk to Coach Howard at third. Moment couldn't have any more significance. It's been a battle all night. Matthew Brown, trying to finish off his 4th inning and be perfect. Full count pitch coming. Charlie fouls it off and it hits Charlie Scott. That ball is dead and he stays alive here. A great curveball from Matthew Brown, one of his best ones of the night. Charlie Scott just able to foul it off. It would have been strike 3. But Charlie got a piece. So 3-2, 2 outs. Come home. Charlie gets it on the ground, over to second. Frank over to first, and that will do it. West Florence comes into Forest Acres and upsets AC Flora. Final score of 6-3. Matthew Brown, have yourself a day. 4 innings, 3 hits allowed, no earned runs, and 3 strikeouts. He's able to neutralize AC Flora and end their 2023 season. Tough way to go out.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting. The only questions I have the whole night, and no way throwing shade, I'm surprised we kept Grant Loggins and both Davis Rivers on the bench the whole night.
Yeah, 2 of the best pitchers in the state.
Yeah, I don't know the reasoning behind it.
Yeah.
That's the only questions I have of the whole night. I was talking to Jeff a little earlier ago, I think it was during the 4th inning, and I said, if Hank wavers, I said, I feel like this is a spot where you either put Davis, I said Davis because I think we need a Grant for Wednesday, but either put Davis or Grant in. Opted to go with Carew, and the rest goes down from there.
Yeah.
Tough way to end the year.
Well, I guess the thing is, like, even if, you bring in one of those, if the rest of the pitchers, you have to have the rest of the pitchers delivering if you're going to make a run anyway.
You do.
So.
I'm assuming his thought process of the night was, if we don't have Grant or Davis River for the rest of the week, we have no chance.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's the mindset. That's what that's what I was thinking of the whole way. I'm assuming the mindset was, if we don't have those 2, we can't make a playoff run. Either way, though, it looks to be Voight, as now that'll be the end of both Davis and Grant's high school career. They're going to be on to bigger and better things next year.
Yep. Well, it's fun watching them. And they did get a title 2 years ago.
So. I had a phenomenal time watching. I'm glad to be a part of the Falcon family.
Yeah. That was fun. Yeah, so unfortunately, actually, I assume did we lose soccer?
I think so. I'm not exactly sure, but I think we did, unfortunately. I can quickly do a check. We were down 2-0 last time I checked, but
Okay. Yeah. So boys lost soccer as well,
I'm looking.
which means we're our work's done here.
Oh.
Actually,
Yeah, we
Yeah,
lost 2-0
2-1.
in soccer. Or 2-1.
I think it's a 2-1.
Oh, okay.
Did you pull up the stream?
Yeah, I pulled up one of the just reporters reporting
okay.
on it. They said
Maybe
2-0.
2-0. Okay. Yeah, that was fun though. So there is a spring football game
When's that?
a week from Friday.
Gotcha.
Although, I won't be at it, but I'm planning on streaming it anyways because I have those powers. But yeah, if you're around for that, you're welcome to check it out.
I have to.
It could be a little bit of a nightmare because it's spring and so nobody has set numbers and it's just gonna be a matter of be able to identify a few players. And
I can do my best, maybe.
yeah. But yeah, I'll let you know about that. But yeah, that should be streamed. Yeah, unless you want to come over to Palmetto Baseball League and watch Asa play. We'll see if he makes the championship game. I'll try to get them to let me live stream that. That'd be the 20th.
Calling Ace's baseball game would be a really fun,
it'd
interesting
be pretty
experience.
amazing. Yeah.
Calling a Little League baseball game.
But they play. Asa plays tomorrow night, 6:45 at PBL. He's hit really well this year, and the team's playing really well.
Keep telling him we keep wasting his talents over at Got to bring him to the baseball field. Jeez. Lacrosse, you're a lacrosse family.
Lacrosse, yeah. All right. Yeah, I guess thank you for watching, people at home or wherever, people remote. Thanks for joining me, Alex.
Thank you for having me all season. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, and if we don't show up at PBL or the spring football game, yeah, you got a whole nother year, right?
I know you're stuck with me a whole other year. If you hate me, I am so sorry.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be fun. Yeah, you'll enjoy the football season.
I'm excited
when
for
that
that.
rolls around.
My two sports I do want to call in the future. Primarily, I can call mostly anything, but I love baseball.
Yeah.
I'm a big football guy.
Awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to football. You did a great job with baseball.
Thank you. I tried.
Yeah.
Got better throughout the season. I think this is one of the better games I called of the night.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the more you get familiar with the team and,
Yeah.
understand the tendencies and then, being able to, especially West Florence, having stats available is kind of nice.
No, it was. If y'all could see the stat sheet, I just had a couple pages of notes here tonight trying to make as everyone who was watching at home or could understand kind of the magnitude of what these players have done throughout the year and kind of how they've been a part of their teams. So.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. Well, thanks. And, yeah, we'll see you guys probably for the spring game and then beyond that. Actually, wait. Actually, I will be doing a bunch of American Legion games. So if you are in town this June and July, especially if Richland Post 215 makes the finals. I don't know if it's going to be at Segra again this year, but wherever it is, that'll be a lot of fun.
I'll be in town for at least the next month. I'm not sure past that, but potentially.
Cool. Okay. Well, a lot of time before that happens, but all right. Yeah. Thanks for joining me and.
Awesome. Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure, y'all.
All right. See y'all.